what's up weirdos? I'm Felicia and I like scary movies. Today I'm going to give you guys 5 indie horror movies to check out on Hulu. I was scrolling through Hulu recently because I watch X-Files on there, and they had an entire section of horror indies, and I was like, ooh, and I hadn't seen some of them, so I picked some old faves and some new faves to share with you guys. When I finished my list, I realized all of these came out in the last few years, and almost all of them are IFC Midnight films, which, I don't know, just is. Okay, first up we have Pyewacket from 2017. This is a Canadian horror film that I actually watched for a Patreon requested review a while back, and this movie is awesome. It was written and directed by Adam McDonald. This movie is about a teen girl who has a fascination with the occult, classic, and who's really mad at her mom, another teenage classic. She ends up going into the woods and performing a ritual to call upon a witch to kill her mom. Yikes, it doesn't go well. Obviously. What I really liked about this movie is Nicole Munez's performance of Leah, our main girl. She is such a believable teenager. Everything about this movie just feels so believable to me, and it's genuinely frightening at times. Next up, we have The Clove Hitch Killer from 2018. This was directed by Duncan Skiles, and is really for all of our true crime lovers out there, those who love horror and true crime, aka me. This movie is for you. It's about a classic all-American family who's basically torn apart because a serial killer is way too close to home. Now, I thought this movie was awesome, and I'm very specific about my serial killer films. Lauren and I just watched American Psycho 2 last week just because we were curious. We knew it had an 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it also had Mila Kunis, so we had to watch it, and it was terrible. Just terrible. So I don't recommend that one. But next up on our list here, we have Starfish from 2018. This was written and directed by A.T. White and is a strange little film. It's basically a very intimate look at this girl who is mourning the loss of her best friend, and it just happens to be the day that the world ends. It's so different than world-ending movies where it feels very big, like apocalypses. They take down the world in big explosions and big scenes and all this stuff that feels big, and this movie is so small. It's very surprising and very beautifully filmed. Gorgeous cinematography. Okay, next up we have Depraved from 2019. This is Larry Fessenden's take on A Frankenstein Tale. I did interview Larry on this channel, so I will link that interview down below. But this movie is about a field surgeon dealing with PTSD that puts together a man in a Brooklyn loft. And overall, I thought this movie was very cool, but what I remember liking most about it is this idea that Frankenstein's monster, the body parts that are used have flesh memory, if you will, where if you have an arm, you have that person who owns that arm, their memories are attached to that arm. The leg, that person's memories are attached to that leg. And so our monster ends up sort of having flashbacks of all the different people that died to create him. Just a very cool concept. And last on my list is Midnighters from 2017. I'm not gonna lie, I only picked this movie because it had Alex Esso in it, and I am clearly on an Alex Esso kick right now. I just recently saw Starry Eyes, Homewrecker, which I just reviewed, and of course Dr. Sleep, and I'm just loving Alex. But this movie is about a couple that hits a man with their car on New Year's, and of course, instead of calling the police, they think they'll just handle it themselves. That is the first in a series of bad decisions this couple makes, but what's interesting about it is they find a piece of paper in the man they hit's pocket that has the couple's home address on it. Strange. And this whole movie ends up being this like whirlwind of who can you trust? Apparently no one but yourself. It's a fun little horror movie that has elements of home invasion and also sort of like crime film-ish. I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. And that's it, people. If you have other Hulu indie films that you would recommend, please comment them down below, and I will see you in my next video. Have a nice scream. Bye.